Hey everyone, I'm here with Daily Mix and Naked Beauty, and my model is the lovely Ruth Crilly. And today I'm going to be showing you an eyeshadow look based upon the principles of natural neutral makeup and showing you that you can still apply, a relatively good amount of makeup even though you're doing a very natural look. First thing we're going to do is just put a tiny bit of colour through Ruth's brow. Now Ruth has the perfect brow because it's full, it's not overly arched, and it just needs a tiny bit of filling in. So any sparse kind of areas we might want to fill in ever so slightly. Just taking an eyeshadow palette for this. This is by Bobbi Brown. And I'm actually just going to take this colour here, which is called Cement.
Lovely.
I know. We'll see how it goes. So this area here may need a little bit more colour. We're not altering the shape. We're just filling in. Always make sure when you're at the kind of beginning part of the brow, just feather it softly. And if you find that the brow colour doesn't stay, rather than just sort of doing that to the brow, actually make sure that the colour goes on the skin rather than just on the hair itself. So I'm just going to run a spoolie, which is basically a clean mascara wand, just through the brows. Okay, next we're going to put some eyeshadow on the face. I'm going to take a light sort of shimmery shade and just apply this as a wash over the eyelid. And I actually think I'm going to use something, so you're going to try this and we'll see how we go. And this is like a shimmery taupe. Just make sure that the lid is clean and just apply this to the actual eyelid. So any area of the eyelid that is seen. So if you open your eyes for me, Ruth. The way to tell your eye shape, and this is, this will tell you how to do your eyes. If you look straight forward into a mirror, if you can see your eyelid from outside corner to inside corner, you have what's called a standard eye. If you can't see the eyelid when your eye is open, you have a hooded eye. And with a hooded eye, you don't want to put any shimmer on any areas that the lid is not shown. So for some people, you may only be applying shimmer here. Doesn't really matter because once the eye's open, it looks like there's shimmer all over the eyes anyway. Because you don't want to highlight anything that isn't great. And even though we've used a nice neutral colour, you still want to, just close to me please, you still want to, blend out. Just even though it's a neutral colour, it still should go out. Now we've left space here for a brow highlight. And now all we're going to do is take a deeper shade, and this is a matte shade, and I always put matte in the crease of the eye because it makes the eyes look deeper set and it will make the eyelid look like it's standing out a bit more. Okay, applying a little bit of product to the brush, matte shade of taupe, knock off any excess because the only place it's going to go is on the face, and if you need to, you can pull the lid up slightly and there's the arch. And Ruth has there's the natural arch, and Ruth, you can see it. You want to take the colour into the crease of the eye, and it's always a good thing with eyeshadow to just build up the layers. Easier to build than it is to take away. And what I like to do with a crease is take it from the outside corner, and we've kind of taken it in and then bring it in. And I just think that it creates a really nice effect on the eye. It really sort of frames, I think, this section here, and it kind of joins on with the eyebrow.
That's very kind of 90s supermodel.
You're not wrong.
Eye, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm all about matte colours anyway. I think they're beautiful. And because this is a natural shade, taupe, browns, beiges, they're found in the skin anyway. It's not like we're putting a purple through this and it's going to stand out like a sore thumb. Next thing we're going to do is just take a standard brush. And this is what I would call just a standard eyeshadow brush, but good for blending. And even though we've used the light shade, we're just going to take this clean brush and sweep it across that crease. And all that's doing is softening that colour. There we go. You can really see it now if you just look down for me. The lightness here on the lid with the depth here in the crease. Next thing we're going to do is just apply a tiny bit of highlight to the brow bone. Now, I think that heavily shimmered brow bone is really dated and quite old, especially on smoky eyes. I think it's much more fashionable to have a smoky eye and have the brow bone matte. So we're going to keep the brow bone pretty much the same shade it is. We're just going to use a slightly lighter eyeshadow. Taking a small eyeshadow brush. This is Billy B number 7. And I'm taking a shade here, which is, I think I'll take this one, which is a nice light shade. And I'm still going to knock the excess off on the back of my hand and then very lightly just take it right onto the arch. We then take that same brush to blend, because we want it to be soft. And just blend that so the crease colour comes up to meet the brow highlight, or vice versa. Next thing I'm going to do is put some black eyeshadow, push it into the lashes. The whole purpose, I mean, you can do a million different ways with a liner, but the whole purpose of liner is to give the illusion of really thick black lashes. And the way I like to do that is to just push eyeshadow directly into the bed of the lash. And make sure you knock off all the excess and close them tight for me, because I'm going to pull up with the lid. And that's all you're doing, is wiggling the shadow into the lash. Close. And this will just give the illusion that the lashes are slightly thicker and denser than they really are. Open and look straight ahead. Don't know if you can see, but the lash line looks darker than it really is, and it gives the illusion that the lashes are thicker than they really are. When you've got a great canvas to work on, you can do a million different things, but not all of us are blessed with amazing eyes, big eyes. And if you have, and I keep referring to hooded eyes, but that's because they're the most prominent eye shape that the majority of us will get as we get older. And if you were to draw eyeliner on a hooded eye, all you would see is black. It would look like you have black shadow all over your eyelid, when in fact you don't. Whereas using a push liner brush, because the brush is so small, you're able to get right into the lash. And when Ruth looks forward, you can still see all the eyeshadow on the lid, but there's darkness on the lash line. So we've pushed liner into the lashes, wax foundation, and I'm going to use this as a concealer to begin with. If we need to lighten up, we can. And I'm taking it underneath the eye and patting it with my ring finger. And smooth it out if you need to. And bring it down as well. I'm going to take a little bit of loose powder, and Ruth is going to pull the makeup face, and I'm then going to set the some of the concealer with the foundation. So if you could stretch your lids and then pull down with your mouth, makeup face. Lovely. Taking a tiny bit of powder, and all that does is, and stretch, it stretches the skin and it smooths out any lines, so we can get in there really quickly with the powder, and then it won't crease as badly, because concealer creases, it just does, so don't worry about it. But we can do what we can to prevent it as much as possible. Once again, lengthening mascara. The reason I like it, I think, is because the wand's really small. So it's great if you've got long lashes, you can use lots of different kind of wand sizes. But if you've got short lashes, it kind of makes sense to use a smaller wand. Just feather it through. Okay, we're going to do the lower lashes now. And I really am making sure that all the excess mascara is not on the brush. And if you just tilt your chin down and look up, oh, well done. I think you've done this before, haven't you? We're just going to coat the lashes really lightly with mascara. You've got huge lower lashes. Amazing. Last but not least is I'm going to take a flesh colour pencil, and this is in NC15 and NW20. Flesh colour, and I'm going to apply this on the inner rim of Ruth's eye, and all that will do is just brighten up the eye and make it look slightly more awake. Just going to take flesh colour pencil, and I'm just going to go over Ruth's lips, and I'm going to fill in the entire lip with this pencil. Best pencil ever.
What is it?
It's Kevin O'Quarr, and it's medium, and I just think it's a great colour. It's the colour that most people's lips are naturally, so it's just a sort of pinky brown. Now all we're going to do is apply a neutral lipstick sheerly across the lips. Just taking a lip brush And these are a sheer formula, and I'm just going to apply it lightly across the lip. Okay, I'm going to put a tiny bit of gloss on the lips, just a clear gloss this time. So I'm just going to take clear gloss, just paint that on the back of my hand, which is looking really great, and then apply it to the lip. And just in the centre of the lip, because I've said it before, I'll say it again. Lip gloss is great, but if you take it too far to the outside corners of the lips, when the head turns in certain lights, it looks like you're drooling. It's not pretty, and everybody does it because they just go, ah, with lip gloss, and you don't want that. And that completes the natural, neutral, contoured eye look. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. I'm hoping you can see that the neck is now a little bit darker than the rest of the face. And this is all we do, is continually buff it into the face.